after week 10, the Packers are 7-2. First in the NFC North, first in NFC, and third in the National Football League. Go Pack, go.
Tonight we are victorious, champagne pouring over us. All my friends were glorious. Tonight we are victorious. Victorious. Double bubble disco queen, heading to the guillotine. Skin is cool as Steve McQueen. Let me be your killer king. It hurts until it stops. We will love until it's not. I'm a killing spree.
What's up, Packer Nation and YouTube Nation? It's Duke with NFL updates, and this video is NFL updates week 10 of the National Football League. And the reason I'm screaming at my computer is because the Packers beat the Jags. I know it's not like a huge accomplishment to beat the Jags, but I know Packer Nation and Wisconsin is still going a little bit crazy. No, let me say that again. Packer Nation is going berserk. But anyways, today we will do predictions, scores, individual divisions, and the playoff picture has come out on Wednesday, so we'll go over that for now on each week. I'll try to keep this video under maximum 40. I'll try to do 30. But let's go over predictions now. So I went with the Bucks over the Panthers, the Browns over the Texans, the Lions over the Washington football team, the Packers over the Jags, the Eagles over the Giants, the Steelers over the Bengals, the Bills over the Cardinals, the Raiders over the Broncos, Rams over the Seahawks, the Saints over the 49ers, the Ravens over the Patriots, the Dolphins over the Chargers, I believe, Chargers, and the Bears over the Vikings. I'll go over that. I'll see if I said that wrong about the Dolphins. But let's go over scores now. Just a minute, let me pull the scores up. Here we go. And to start off is the Thursday night matchup against, that was an AFC South showdown against the Indianapolis Colts and Tennessee Titans. And the Indianapolis Colts beat the Tennessee Titans 34-17. That makes the Colts 6-3, and the Titans are also 6-3. All right, let's go to Sunday's early window. And fun fact, all the games on in the Sunday's early window, meaning 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you live in a different time zone, you can do the time difference. But all the games were televised on Fox due to the PGA Tour, I think it's called. My school's golf team friends, or just the golf team in general, can bully me if I said that wrong. But anyways, let's go to scores now. The first game is the Jags and Packers, and the Packers beat the Jags 24-20. That makes the Jags 1-8 and the Packers 7-2. All right, let's go to the next game, which is down here. And The next game is the Texans and Cleveland Browns, and the Browns beat the Texans 10-7. That was a really low scoring game. The next game is the Washington football team and Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions beat the Washington football team 30-27. That that makes the Washington football team 2-7 and the Lions 4-5. And I do not think I said the records for the Texans and Browns, so let me go back. The Texans are 2-7 and the Browns are 6-3. All right, let's go to the next game, which is an NFC East matchup, and that matchup featured the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Giants. And the New York Giants beat the Eagles 3-7, or not 3-7, sorry. The Giants beat the Eagles 27-17. That makes the Eagles 3-5-1 and the Giants 3-7. I'm sorry, I'm messing up a lot. Next game is an NFC South showdown, and that featured the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. And the Buccaneers beat the Panthers 46-23. That makes the Buccaneers 7-3 and the Panthers 3-7. And that game was televised on Fox. Sadly, they did not televise the Packers game this week. But next, and that was all the morning games. So let's go to the afternoon games. And currently are playing, the current teams that are playing are the Denver Broncos and Las Vegas Raiders. And the Las Vegas Raiders are beating the Denver Broncos 7-6. And the Broncos are currently 3-5, and the Raiders are 5-3. The next game is the Los Angeles Chargers and Miami Dolphins, and the Dolphins are beating the Chargers 14-7. The Chargers are 2-6, and the Dolphins are 5-3. The next game is the Buffalo Bills at the Arizona Cardinals, and the Buffalo Bills are currently beating the Cardinals 13-6 in the second quarter, and the Bills are 7-2, and the Cardinals are 5-3. And the next game is an NFC West showdown, and that features the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. And the Rams are beating the Seahawks 10-7. I just want to say go Rams. And the Rams are 5-3 and the Seahawks are 6-2. The Rams did come off their bye, so I just want to point that out. And the next game is an NFC matchup against the San Francisco 49ers and the New Orleans Saints. Currently, the 49ers are beating the Saints 10-3. The Saints are almost in the red zone, it looks like. And at the end of the first quarter in this next game, the Bengals and Steelers. The Steelers are beating the Bengals 12-0. The Steelers are 8-0, the only undefeated team left in the National Football League right now, and the Bengals are 2-5-1. And tonight's game is the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots. The Ravens are currently 6-2, while the Patriots are 3-5. And tomorrow's game is the NFC North matchup for this week, and that features the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. The Vikings are 3-5, while the Bears are 5-4. And the teams on byes this week are the Atlanta Falcons, the Dallas Cowboys, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the only winless team, the New York Jets. Okay, so let's go over individual divisions right now, and and uh, let's start with AFC this week, and let's go to AFC East. And in first place are the gosh, I'm having trouble finding teams on the scoreboard this week. Are the 7-2 Bills. Like I said earlier, they're playing the Cardinals. In second place are the 5-3 Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins aren't far behind of the Bills record-wise, but I don't think the Bills are thinking of well, no team is thinking of losing, but I don't think the Bills will slow down. But the next place is third place, and that has the 3-5 New England Patriots, who play on Sunday Night Football this week. And in last place are the 0-8 New York Jets. So that division, those two first place and second place are close. But unless if the Jets get it together after their bye week, I think the third and fourth place will stay the same for the rest of the season if the Jets don't get it together. All right, let's go to AFC North now, and in first place are the 8-0 Steelers. They're currently ahead, like I just said a couple minutes ago, of the Bengals. And in second place of AFC North are the Baltimore Ravens, and they play on Sunday Night Football, and they're currently 6-2. I'm not sure if those two teams have played each other yet. I think they played last week, and I believe the Steelers won that one. But let's go to third place, and sitting in third place are the 6-3 Cleveland Browns. I know that's hard to say in 2020. Then sitting in last place of AFC North are the 5-1 Cincinnati Bengals. So yeah, AFC East, the two can still, or I think that division, the three actually, so including Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and Cleveland, that could change instantly each week, because Cleveland is tied pretty much for second place. Then if Baltimore or Cleveland can somehow get ahead of Pittsburgh, but that can only happen if Pittsburgh loses 3 games, I think. So let's go to AFC South now, and sitting in first place of AFC South are the Indianapolis Colts. That has changed from last week because this Thursday the Colts beat the Titans 34-17. So the Colts are 6-3, and just sitting in second place are the Tennessee Titans, sitting at 6-3. Why the Colts have the tiebreaker over the Titans is because the Colts beat the Titans, but there is still one more matchup between those teams to come. All right, let's go to third place. And sitting in third place are the Houston Texans, who are 2-7. They lost to the Cleveland Browns today. And sitting in fourth place of AFC South are the Jacksonville Jags, who lost to the Green Bay Packers this week, and they are now 1-8. And the Houston Texans and Jags have already played each other twice this year. So if Jacksonville and Houston finish with the same record, Houston has the tiebreaker because they won both of those games. So both of the Texans wins are against the Jags. Let's go over to AFC West, and sitting in first place are the Super Bowl defending champs, and that is the Kansas City Chiefs, and they, I believe, are 8-1, but let me check. Yes, they're 8-1, and sitting in second place of AFC West are the Las Vegas Raiders, and they are 5-3, and the Chiefs and Raiders have played each other once, and the Raiders have beat the Chiefs. So going into third place of AFC West are the Denver Broncos, and they are 3-5, and I believe the Broncos have played each of their division opponents once. Not sure if they've played any of them twice, but I know they've played each of them once. And sitting in fourth place of AFC West are the Los Angeles Chargers, who are 2-6. And they're currently losing to the Dolphins. And that's another statement that's unusual for 2020. So let's go into NFC now, and let's start with NFC West this week. And sitting in first place of NFC West are the 6-2 Seattle Seahawks, who are still behind the Rams, and sitting in second place of NFC West are the Arizona Cardinals, who are currently losing to the Buffalo Bills, and their record is 5-3. And in third place of NFC West are the Los Angeles Rams, who are beating the Seahawks right now. I'm sorry if I'm repeating the scores again and again, but sorry about that. And sitting in fourth place of NFC West are the San Francisco 49ers, and their record is 4-5, and they're tied with the New Orleans Saints at this moment. And let's go to the NFC South now. And sitting in first place of NFC South are the New Orleans Saints, and they are currently 6-2 and tied with the San Francisco 49ers. And sitting in second place of NFC South is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they are 7-3. The reason why, the reason why currently, like right now, the Buccaneers are 7-3 and the Saints are 6-2. But the reason why the Saints are out in front of the Buccaneers is because, well, due to that one loss and due to the Saints beating the Buccaneers twice. And let me just repeat myself: the Saints kicked the Buccaneers' butts last Sunday night, 38-3. So that's why the Saints are out in front of the Buccaneers in NFC South. And sitting in third place of NFC South are the Atlanta Falcons, who are on a bye this week, and they are 3-6. They beat the Broncos last week, and I do not know who they play next week. And sitting in fourth place of NFC South are the Carolina Panthers. Their record is 3-7. And they lost to the Buccaneers today. All right, let's go to the NFC North now, and I hope you guys know who is in the NFC North by now after 10 video, or let me say 9, because I didn't do an update for week number 1, but 9 videos, and that division features the Green Bay Packers. And let me check here, and speaking of the Green Bay Packers, they are in first place of NFC North at 7-2. And they beat the Jags today 24-20. We'll go over that in a second. And sitting in second place of NFC North are the Chicago Bears, who are 5-4. They've lost three of their last games. And sitting in third place of NFC North are the Detroit Lions. That could change if the Vikings beat the Bears tomorrow. But then sitting in fourth place of NFC North are the 3-5 Minnesota Vikings. And the record for the Lions are 4-5. So what I just said was, if the Vikings beat the Bears tomorrow, the Vikings would move out in front, because the Vikings beat the Lions last week. All right, let's go to the worst division in football, with accounting, I think, only 3 wins. Let me check that. Yes, only 3 wins. So the first team in that division has only 3 wins, and that team is the Philadelphia Eagles, and their record is 3-5-1. They lost to the Giants today, and the Giants are right behind the Eagles in second place, and the Giants are 3-7. So the only reason why the Eagles are out in front of the Giants right now is because the Eagles have 5 losses and the Giants have 7. Right, sitting in third place of NFC East is the Washington football team, and their record is 2-7. So, 1 win behind the Giants and Eagles. And sitting in fourth place are I don't think so anymore, but I could be wrong. But America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, and they are 2-7. So that's all the divisions. Let me pull up the playoff picture real quick to go over that. There's a lot of things that have happened this week that I'll go over, and I will go over the Packers game as well. So okay, this isn't really that accurate, but let's start in AFC right now. Sitting in the first seed, who actually, I'll explain after I say them, but sitting in the first seed right now are the 8-0 Pittsburgh Steelers. Their next game is the Bengals, it says, but they have a game next week. Sitting in second place are the Kansas City Chiefs, and they were on their bye this week. And taking over the third seed is the Buffalo Bills. And their next game is the Cardinals, but that's this week. So in fourth seed of AFC is the Indianapolis Colts, and they rose this week because they beat the Titans. The Titans were there Wednesday, but the Colts moved since they beat them. And sitting in sitting in the fifth seed right now are the Baltimore Ravens, and they have a date with the New England Patriots later today. And sitting in the sixth seed, I am surprised if they can stay there, but are the Cleveland Browns, and they are third in AFC North. And sitting in the seventh seed right now are the Tennessee Titans, who are second in AFC South. Okay. The NFC is not really accurate. Sorry if I said that word wrong. Because the Seahawks and Saints are playing right now, and the Packers have already played. But currently, for the next about 2 hours, if not the Saints and Seahawks do not lose, the Packers are in the first seed. But right now, it says the first seed is the Green Bay Packers, who beat the Jags today, so they are 6-2. But if the Saints win, which I believe last time I checked, they're tied with the 49ers. The Saints are in the second seed right now, but the Saints, I think, would move back up because even though the Packers beat the Saints this year, the Saints have a better conference record. That means NFC. So then sitting in the third seed of NFC are the Seattle Seahawks, and they are 6-2, and I believe they will move ahead of the Packers as well if they win. Then sitting in the fourth seed of the fourth seed are the Philadelphia Eagles, and the reason why they're ahead of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that's the fifth seed, is because they are in first place of NFC East. Because, let me explain that better. Since the Saints are in first place of NFC South. They get a higher seed, so it's complicated. I can explain it to you later, but the Eagles are in the fourth seed, and sitting in the fifth seed right now are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They obviously beat the Panthers today, and sitting in the sixth seed are the Arizona Cardinals, and they're playing right now with the Bills. And sitting in the seventh seed are the Los Angeles Rams. And I didn't do this for AFC, but I'll do it in a second. But in NFC, in the hunt, and right now they would not get into the playoffs, but the eighth seed is the Chicago Bears. Then the ninth seed is the Detroit Lions. Then the 10th seed is the 49ers. 11th seed, Vikings. 12th seed, Falcons. 13th seed, Giants. 14th seed, Panthers. 15th seed, Washington Football Team. 16th seed, Dallas Cowboys. Let's do that for AFC real quick. So the 8th seed is the Las Vegas Raiders. 9th seed is Dolphins. 10th seed is Broncos. 11th seed is Patriots. 12th seed is Bengals. 13th seed is Chargers. 14th seed is Texans. 15th seed is Jags. And 16th seed, I will let you guess for a second. That wasn't a second, but the 16th seed features the winless Jets, or also known as the wingless Jets. So that is currently the playoff picture. No teams have clinched a playoff berth or that. If anything, the Steelers will be the first one to clinch a playoff berth, since they have more wins than any other team except the Chiefs, but you get what I'm saying. All right, so let's go over today's Packers game, and currently right now it's 31 minutes, so I'm going to try to hurry this up. First, before we do that, NFL update. Houston Cleveland was delayed for about 30 minutes due to thunderstorms in the Cleveland, Ohio area. So, that was, I know I do weird storylines. That was a thing from today. Then, in the Packers game, I guess Devontae Adams hurt his ankle again, so hopefully he's okay and he can play next week against a team that I'm going to go over in just a second. And there's probably more storylines, but that's all I really care about. Let's go over the Packers game real quick. So coming into the game, the Packers were 6-2 off their win at the 49ers on the West Coast, and the Jags were off a 2-point loss to the Houston Texans. So the last time we had a game at Lambeau, we lost to the Minnesota Vikings. But I know that didn't really matter. But there were no fans at Lambeau. Wisconsin is one of the highest COVID states right now. So we don't want Packers fans getting COVID, even if we social distance. but there were no fans at the game, so that can affect us a little because Packer fans are so passionate, loud, not as loud as Kansas City or Seattle, but really loud. I think we were maybe the third or fourth loudest stadium, even though that we don't have things like Seattle does, or things on the stadium to make it louder. But anyways, let's stop talking about stadiums and let's get to the game. So in the first quarter, the Packers had a hard time getting started. I probably freak out a little bit earlier / more than any Packer fans do, but I started to freak out a little and just say some cuss words because I had no idea what was going on. And you're probably going to laugh at this, but the Jags were up only 3-0, and I was freaking out a little bit, like saying, "What in the world is going on?" I used other words, but I don't want to say that on YouTube. But when we got it started, MVS had 2 touchdowns, and MVS had 2 touchdowns. Then Mason Crosby had 1 field goal and each of the extra points, and Adams had 1 touchdown, 1 fumble. And Aaron Rodgers had 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. So today was a rough game, but we got it done. The final score was 24-20. I know that's sort of bad for a 7-2 team and a 1-8 team. Meaning like we should be out way more, but the 7-2 team still beat the 1-8 team. But we had trouble moving the ball in the first quarter and the third quarter. Like the first quarter and third quarter were the Jags quarters, and the second and fourth quarter were the Packers quarters to play. So Malcolm Van Der Scantling, you can look him up because I said his name totally wrong, but he had 2 touchdowns. He put on a showing today. Mason Crosby did what he's expected to do. Adams had a little rough game. I don't know with yardage. I may be wrong about that, but I know he has a little bit more touchdowns on his status list, and no fumbles. So he had 1 fumble, and Aaron Rodgers threw another interception today and 3 touchdowns. But enough about that game. We got the win, 24-20. We are 7-2, and if the Rams and 49ers can just do the Packers a favor, we'll be sitting in the number 1 seed. But anyways, looking towards next week, we are at the Indianapolis Colts, another AFC South an opponent, and the Colts beat the Titans Thursday. What's going to happen with this game, I think? We need to get started way faster, and we just need to play better because the we played the fourth team in AFC South today, and we're going to play the first team in AFC South next weekend. And the Colts defense, I think, is one of the top defenses. Obviously, it's better than Seattle's, and it's, I'll see next week, but I think it's better than Green Bay's, but I'll see next week. But talking about 2 weeks, one, that's my birthday week, and two, the NFL/Packers did me a huge favor because they don't play on my birthday, but they play on Sunday Night Football on November 29th. So thank you, NFL and the Green Bay Packers. But that's a huge thing to me. But anyways, I'm sorry that this video is going so long, but I'm going to wrap it up now. Please follow me at all social media accounts you see at the end of this video. And please subscribe, like, comment, and turn on the notification bell for when I post new videos. And like always, go Pack Go!
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a